Welcome to Scarborough Law, LLC. Our mission is simple: serve our clients well. That means we're a different kind of law firm. Our team members are encouraged to treat our clients as they would their own families, and maybe better.
Everyone, well, thanks for taking this time, and I wanted to sit down with all of us, particularly because all of us have teenagers that are leaving the nest this year. All of you, what are those lessons that you want your kids to know before they leave your nest? So just I wanted to hear your thoughts.
Nice.
So, Kimbretta, you want to start? Or?
Yeah, for
Since
me.
you had something on the tip of your tongue.
Right? For me, it was just a lesson of really being a good manager of your money, because it was the lesson I didn't get from my mom, because she just didn't know, right? So I had to stumble, fall, ruin my credit and rebuild it, and so it's like, I just want her to be a good manager of that. So because of that, we started with the account early at 14, using a check card, budgeting what you have.
I wish I, told them like save money. Don't just spend money. Spend what you have. Don't go over that.
So you want to
like,
talk to him about that?
Yes. But now it's like, okay, too late for me to go.
Same as Kimbretta say, yes, focus on financial first of all, because this is the first time that they're going to go out by themselves. We did the same a couple of years ago. She had her debit card. We just opened the credit card, and they're trying to teach her to always pay it off, because we are people who pay it off every month. Always can do it, but we are trying to teach her, if you don't spend too much money, try to pay it off at the end of the month. And that's the only way now, to build her credit.
So some of the real practical steps you should take, and this is what I'm working on right now with my son, is we talk about finances first. So a financial power of attorney. They want to flee the nest. They're not going to want to give you the power, but you need to have financial power of attorney to access their bank accounts, to pay bills for them if in the event of incapacitation, something happens to them, right? If they get hit by a car, or they're in the hospital, or they get meningitis in the dorms, or some horrible things that we hear happen, or just simply if they travel abroad for 3 weeks and then they have to pay their rent and something happens here, then you have to write a check for them or pay their credit card bill that they've run up, even though you told them not to. So I mean, you don't want them to fall behind. So definitely get in place a financial power of attorney. Discuss these. Other than a financial power of care directive, in the state of Georgia, it's a healthcare directive, we call it. And that's a healthcare directive that assigns you or one of your family members as the person who can make their proxy to make healthcare decisions on their behalf. Finally, even your children need a will. Your children need a will, and they need to talk about their wishes now. It's a great way, although it's scary for us, it's a great way to introduce them to adulthood and say, this is how you become a steward of your money. You're talking about becoming a steward of your money, a steward of their assets. And part of that is, who's going to get the benefit of whatever they have acquired. Let's say, something happens and it's a wrongful death suit or something. You're going to probably be the beneficiary of that. But there are other things. They're going to have life insurance. They have to set you up as a beneficiary. They need to learn how to combine those things. In a little binder, they'll have their will, they'll have their power of attorney. You just keep that for them. They'll have the HIPAA notice, the privacy notice waiving and allowing you access. They'll have all of those in one binder. And then important things. Do they want to be cremated? Do they want to be buried? These are important things, whether it's today or 10 years from now, that you need to have detailed. And then here's another thing that we don't think about. Their digital assets. We know that millennials are these guys millennials? Yeah. We know that young people now, digital assets are a huge part of their life. And they don't want you to be on their Snapchat. They don't want you to have access to those digital assets or their email. But what happens if you need access to that email? What happens if they disappear? And you need to access their email. You won't have access. You need to get the documents in place allowing you access, because if you read the terms of service for a lot of these digital assets, they don't have to give you access. And it's not sufficient to just get their password, because their password is going to change next week when they forget it and they update it. You need a legal document allowing you access, and that depends on the state that you're in, what kind of document that is.
You make a very good point.
Those digital assets are
A
essential.
lot of people have passed and their Facebooks are just still sitting out there. And
Nothing
no
you
one
can do.
can
Facebook will not give
deactivate
you
them.
access to it.
Yeah.
But how can you, like, let's say, how can you make that talk easy for them to understand? Okay, when Eileen joined the service, of course, you know, she had to do
they do
all
it in the
that.
military, yeah.
And when Josiah.
But she doesn't have a will. The military only does the
Life
SGLI
insurance.
group life insurance.
But when she was talking to me and Josiah heard, he was like, Mommy, don't even talk to me about that stuff. Because I don't even want to think about none of that stuff. It's like, well.
So that's
You
the
know.
that's the talk that you have to have is say, listen, you're a man now. You know, you just like you are a man and you're gonna have your own apartment or you're gonna have your own dorm room and you have to take care of your own finances. We talked about that. I wanna talk to you about something difficult. It's harder for us to talk about our children, something potentially happening for them. And they're gonna say they're invincible. But I'll tell you, it's not true. It's not true that they're invincible.
I'm glad you brought all of this up because even thinking about Avion, she has special circumstances. She would have ownership to music, and we know how music lives forever.
Those
and
digital
typically
assets.
sells even more after people pass away.
Who gets the royalties?
Who gets the royalties?
Those
So
digital
she
assets have to
needs
pass through the
certain
estate.
documents in her estate. This is
All that
very
IP,
important.
all those IP rights, the copyrights to the music, everything.
You're right.
And these digital assets are really her YouTube channel.
Yeah, her YouTube
Her
channel. where
YouTube
she
channel,
uploads videos.
Instagram. Some people are making money off
Yeah.
of Instagram and YouTube.
They pay
and
now.
those things, if they, whether they're making money
You're
or not,
right.
they need to be able to access
We have
those.
a lot of work to do to get her to being that responsible adult. Lots of work.
So I hope that I've given you some things to think about beyond, hey, I'm gonna miss them and I hope I can get their dorm packed up in time. Yeah, I hope I can get their goods packed up and get them there. And because these are like really important issues I think we all overlook in our day-to-day lives. As our kids leave, we just want to make sure that
So
they have what
they're
they
happy.
hopefully they make it through college, but what happens if the worst happens? We need to be prepared.
Thank you.
Coffee chat with Scarborough Law.